Hey everyone, and welcome. In today's chaotic world, finding genuine peace and happiness can feel like an impossible task. We're bombarded with stress, negativity, and the constant pressure to achieve more, be more, have more. But what if I told you that the keys to unlocking inner peace have been around for over 2,500 years? Today, we're diving into the profound wisdom of the Buddha. This wasn't just a religious figure. He was a philosopher, a psychologist, and a master of the human mind. He experienced luxury, then devastating hardship, and ultimately found a path to lasting contentment. We're going to explore 10 life-changing lessons from the Buddha that are surprisingly relevant to our modern struggles. These aren't just abstract concepts. They're practical tools you can start using today to transform your life from the inside out. So, settle in, open your mind, and prepare to unlock a deeper sense of peace and purpose.
The middle way, finding balance in a world of extremes. Lesson number 1, practice the middle way. The Buddha, born into immense wealth, later embraced extreme asceticism, depriving himself of all comfort. He realized neither extreme brought true happiness. He discovered the secret of happiness lies in neither overindulging nor depriving ourselves of things we desire. He learned that the path of self-deprivation didn't spare him from his desires and suffering. He tells us that we must strive for the middle way, the life between luxury and extreme poverty, a balance between overindulging and depriving ourselves of the things we desire. The Buddha teaches us the importance of balance. In a world obsessed with extremes, it's a powerful reminder that true well-being lies in moderation. It's celebrating the idea of just enough and embrace a more balanced, sustainable lifestyle that embraces the pleasures of existence rather than those of consumption. Have you ever found yourself chasing the next big thing, only to feel empty once you get it? That's the trap of overindulgence. On the other hand, are you constantly denying yourself joy, thinking that deprivation will somehow make you a better person? That's equally unsustainable. The middle way invites us to find contentment in the present moment, appreciating what we have without constantly craving more. Open your mind and prepare to unlock a deeper sense of peace and purpose. Have you ever found yourself chasing the next big thing, only to feel empty once you get it? That's the trap of overindulgence. On the other hand, are you constantly denying yourself joy, thinking that deprivation will somehow make you a better person? That's equally unsustainable. The middle way invites us to find contentment in the present moment, appreciating what we have without constantly craving more. Adopting the right view. Taking control of your reactions. Adopt the right view. The Buddha wisely observed, "Do not get upset with people or situations. Both are powerless without your reaction." The Buddha is asking us to adopt the right view, to be more philosophical about the opinions we hold, to become aware of what we think, and then to inquire more deeply into why we think what we think. Only then can we know if our thoughts are true, false, or confused. Our thoughts affect our daily decisions and relationships deeply, and we would make better decisions in all aspects of our lives if we were clear about the foundations of our own thinking. The problem with us is that we tend to react quickly to things that happen around us. Stephen Covey, in his book The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, calls this the 90-10 rule of life. Life is 10% what happens to us, and 90% how we react to it. This lesson is about taking control of our reactions. We don't always get to choose what happens to us, but we always get to choose how we respond. Are you letting external circumstances dictate your happiness, or are you consciously choosing a more peaceful and balanced perspective? Creating good karma. Actions have consequences. Lesson number 3. Create good karma. As the Buddha said, it is mental volition that I call karma. Having willed, one acts through body, speech, or mind. Good karma will lead to good outcomes and bad karma to bad outcomes in life. Volition is something at the crossroads between emotion and reason. A bad volition is based on a bad attitude or a bad intention. And to avoid having a bad karma, we have to align our actions to positive attitudes and intentions. In other words, we have to work firstly on our attitudes and intentions, to be clean in our thoughts and feelings. Our intentions will lead to our actions, and they can have great consequences in our life. The concept of karma is often misunderstood. It's not about some cosmic reward or punishment system. It's about the simple truth that our actions have consequences, both for ourselves and for others. Are you sowing seeds of kindness, compassion, and integrity, or are you spreading negativity and harm? Every choice matters, and over time, those choices shape our reality. Live each day like it's your last. This leads us to lesson number 4. Live every day like it's your last. The Buddha reminds us ardently, do today what must be done. Who knows? Tomorrow death comes. If we learn to see that every day can be our last, we will live ardently each day, making peace with everyone, doing what we can do today, and sleep peacefully at night knowing that we lived our day to the fullest. This allows you to step away from the past and future and live in the present moment, to be where you are right now. This isn't about living in fear of death. It's about appreciating the preciousness of life. How would you spend your time if you knew you only had one day left? Would you waste it on petty grievances or meaningless distractions? Or would you focus on what truly matters? Love, connection, purpose, and leaving a positive impact on the world. Great things are the results of small good habits. Lesson number 5. Great things are the result of small good habits. As the Buddha teaches, drop by drop is the water pot filled. Likewise, the wise man, gathering it little by little, fills himself with good. While we may suffer from time to time, even if we are good, all our good actions will eventually ripen and lead us to true happiness and goodness. It takes 18 to 254 Dalton's Whys of constant exercise and practice to develop a new habit. It's tempting to chase instant gratification, but lasting change comes from consistent effort. Small, positive habits, practiced day after day, create a powerful ripple effect in our lives. Are you focusing on making big, dramatic changes that are ultimately unsustainable? Or are you building a foundation of small, consistent habits that will lead to lasting well-being? Show your wisdom in silence. Now for lesson number 6. Show your wisdom in silence. The Buddha tells us, those in small channels flow noisily, the great flow silent. Whatever's not full makes noise. Whatever is full is quiet. He goes against useless chatter or those who judge arbitrarily and with their biases. In today's digital information, whenever we scroll through social media, it is easy for us to fall for fake news. Sometimes we even justify our wrong beliefs with one YouTube video or a single article. Nietzsche reminds us that those who are wise know to listen, because they acknowledge that there are things that they do not know. A little knowledge is dangerous, because you might be so convinced with your opinion that you fail to look at the truth because you easily dismiss other people. In a world of constant noise and opinions, the ability to listen deeply and thoughtfully is a rare and valuable skill. It's about resisting the urge to constantly interject, interrupt, or dominate the conversation. It's about acknowledging that we don't know everything and being open to learning from others. In a conflict, choose compassion. Lesson number 7. In a conflict, choose compassion. According to the Buddha, hatred is never appeased by hatred in this world. By non-hatred alone is hatred appeased. Nonviolence is not just letting yourself be harassed or assaulted, It is a way to protect yourself from even greater evils. Some practical solutions include: when a bully is approaching you, count from 1 to 100 to relax yourself. Or maybe you can just walk away. Or if he insults you, join in, insult yourself and laugh with him, then walk away. Or you can look at them with compassion and be nice to them. It's about understanding that everyone is suffering in their own way, and that responding with anger or violence only perpetuates the cycle. Choose friends for quality over quantity. Moving on to Lesson 8. Choose friends for quality over quantity. The Buddha reminds us that it is better to seek fellowship with noble men than to associate with evil companions. He acknowledges that life is not a solitary journey, so along the way, we encounter a lot of people, but not every one of these people are good influences for us. It is better to have few friends who support and care for you truly, and who work with you, than to have many fair-weather friends. This isn't about being exclusive or judgmental. It's about being mindful of the energy you surround yourself with. Are your friends lifting you up, inspiring you to be your best self, and supporting your growth? Or are they dragging you down with negativity, drama, and unhealthy habits? Lesson 9. Master your mind. Discuss the importance of meditation in controlling thoughts and emotions. The Buddha stated that we are what we think. Explain how mindfulness practices help to reduce stress and improve focus. Share simple techniques for beginners to start meditating. Discuss the long-term benefits of mindfulness on mental and physical health. Cite scientific studies on the benefits of meditation, if possible. Connect meditation to stress reduction, focus improvement, and overall well-being. Emphasize consistency. Even a few minutes a day can make a difference. Lesson 10. Accept impermanence. Letting go to find freedom. Okay, this is a tough one, but it's crucial. Accept impermanence. The Buddha called it anicca, the understanding that everything is in a constant state of change. Nothing lasts forever. Not joy, not pain, not even life itself. This might sound depressing, but it's actually incredibly liberating. So often we cling to things, relationships, possessions, ideas, as if they're going to stay the same forever. And when they inevitably change or disappear, we suffer. Think about it. Have you ever held onto a relationship long after it stopped serving you, simply because you were afraid of being alone? Have you ever refused to let go of a dream, even when all the signs pointed to it not being the right path? That's resisting impermanence, and it leads to suffering. So, how do we actually accept impermanence? It's not about becoming emotionless or apathetic. It's about changing our relationship to change. It's about cultivating a sense of detachment, recognizing that everything is fleeting, and finding peace in the flow of life. Visuals shift to serene imagery, flowing water, a calm face, a tree bending in the wind but not breaking. Here's a story. There once was a devoted farmer who took pride in his apple trees. He watched the seedlings grow into towering trees, and carefully watched and maintained them for years. However, at that time, he only had his old dog by his side. After some time, the dog became old and withered. Because of that, the farmer would sit next to his dog during his last days. He eventually passed away by the farmer's side. The farmer mourned him for days. However, his daughter has warned him about it prior. "Dad, don't invest too much emotional attachment to your dog," she said. "He cannot stay with us forever." At that time, the farmer did not understand what she meant, but he realized that she was right. After some years, the apple tree started to wither, and the harvest has become scarce. He felt like he was going to lose everything. What his daughter said started echoing in his mind. You can't attach yourself emotionally to people, because that can also happen to possessions and objects. However, That wisdom saved him. The farmer learned to plant different crops, and he made a greater harvest. His business started skyrocketing. So, how can we incorporate the acceptance of impermanence into our own lives? Here are a few simple practices. Mindfulness meditation. Focusing on your breath is a constant reminder of impermanence. Each inhale and exhale is a new moment, a fresh start. Letting go rituals. Create small rituals to release attachments, like writing down a fear or a regret and then burning the paper. It's symbolic but powerful. Gratitude journaling. Focusing on what you're grateful for in this moment helps you appreciate the present without clinging to the past or worrying about the future. Contemplate nature. Spend time in nature, observing the changing seasons, the life cycle of plants, the ebb and flow of the tides. It's a constant reminder of the natural order of change. It is not enough to simply remember those words, but internalize them, so they will always be with you to give you the confidence to continue with life. The Buddha taught that the key to true happiness lies not in clinging to the things that fade, but in embracing the ever-changing nature of reality. So let us not simply mourn the past, but use what we've learned from the past to create a brighter future. Thank you for joining me today. Remember to subscribe and share this with your friends. See you in the next one. Conclusion. These were the most important lessons from the Buddha. If you put them into practice, they can change your life. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe. Note: it is most important to show emotion and excitement through your voice, so that the message of the video gets across. This document is just a suggestion. If you have a better idea, don't be afraid to explore.